Hello, sixth graders, and welcome to week 2 of remote learning. In this instructional video, I'm going to go through kind of the breakdown for this week. It's going to be pretty quick and short since this is week 2. I didn't really change too much of the organization from last week to this week, so I'm just going to kind of go through some things and talk about what it is that you need to get done for this week. As a reminder, a couple of things. First of all, remember all work is due the following Monday by 9 a.m. Number 2, with that said, please remember that your teachers are available more so during school hours, during the week, to be able to answer emails, do your Google Meets, all those things, if you need help. And so, even though things are not due until the following Monday, your teachers highly encourage you to be working on things throughout the week, during the school day, trying to get them done by the end of the school day Friday, and then you're done and you don't have to worry about it over the weekend. And as you go through the week, if you have any questions, you're able to get into contact with your teachers easily. So please remember that. Okay. Number 3, reach out to me through email, my classroom, Google Meet office hours if you need to come and ask me a question. Many kids have been coming in to do that, and I think they have, once they come in and do it, they realize, oh my gosh, that was really, really helpful. Please, I encourage you to do that. My office hours are from 1 to 2 on Monday through Thursday of this week. Okay, a couple things. First of all, 2 other things that are happening this week related to religious holidays and work. So first of all, if we were at school, we would have been off school on Friday. Friday is Good Friday for the Christian holiday, and so we would not have been at school. And so when I put work in for this week, the way I chunked it and split it up, I'm assuming that just like we didn't have school on Friday, I didn't give 20 to 30 minutes of work for 5 days this week. I did it for 4 days, since technically we're only in school for 4 days this week. Passover also begins this week on Thursday and Friday. So we would have been in school for Passover. So I still put work in there, but I did scale down the amount of work that I did from last week because of that. So just kind of when I spell out the chunking here for you for this week, the one thing you have to keep in mind is if you are observing Passover on Thursday and Friday and you are not going to be using your computer, you need to make sure that you're planning your time then a little bit more a little differently to get your work done so that you're set, ready to go. All right. So without any other announcements, let me move to Google Classroom here, show you what the rubric looks like this week, and a little bit of the directions for what it is for you to finish for week 2 of remote learning. All right. So now over here on Google Classroom, these are drafts right now because I haven't posted them because they'll be posted at 9 a.m. before I was making this video. But here are the 3 posts this week. First is where you're at right now, the remote learning, instructions, and rubric. So if I take a look at that real quick, it tells you to watch the video, what you're doing, and then it has the rubric and it has the remote learning. So let's go to that doc first and see what it is. Here's a link to the video again that you're watching. This is just like the doc last week. Here's my suggestion for the chunking of activities as you go through this today. For the week. There are 4 assignments that are going to be graded. There's an ed puzzle that will be for accuracy for 10 points. Finishing your class notes for the non-contact forces, so that's week 2, that doc. There's a Kahoot that you're going to take for accuracy, 10 points. And then there's a reading guide to complete called The Nature of Force. Okay, here's the breakdown. Monday, you're supposed to be watching the video, which you are. And then I want you to watch and answer the questions on the Ed Puzzle magnetic field. Okay, that is a lab that another teacher is demonstrating. It's the lab pretty much exactly the way we would have done it, with a couple of different changes in it, but the idea is there, and I explained that in the video. That's it for Monday. For Tuesday, will be my video going through the rest of the class notes on non-contact forces. So you have your doc from last week called Guided Notes Non-Contact Forces. You need to go through and open that back up and add to the bottom of that document. That's where, and then that document will be finished. Okay, so don't worry so much about the turn in button with that document since it's going between the 2 weeks. I always have access to your guys' docs, even if you don't turn them in. So I will find it, and I'll be able to tell whether you copied in all your notes. Okay, remember, this was a mistake some of you were making. That document, I'm not giving you terms to define. I gave you the titles of each of my slides, the headings for each of my slides. You guys are supposed to be going through and copying in every single bullet point on every single slide. That's the whole point of that. It would be just like taking notes in class, okay? Just that you're doing it as you listen to the video. For Wednesday, the one thing I would like you to do is there is going to be a Kahoot for the non-contact forces. This is the first time I'm trying Kahoot as an assignment and not live, so hopefully it all goes well. Post it on Google Classroom here. I'll show you in a moment. There are two ways to get to it. One is a link, and the second one has the pin code to put in, okay? The timer will be on that, so yes, you can use notes and things like that, but each question you only have 20 seconds. So you're going to just go through and do your best on that. 10 points for that. On Thursday, two things happening. One is a reading guide, The Nature of Force. You guys should have your blue textbooks at home. That was way before any of this happened. Our last unit with energy, we got those books. You took them out from the library. I told you to put them in your locker and to take them home. So your books should be at home. And if it's not, I'll scan the pages, but I'm not sure how well that's going to show up on there. Okay, so you should have had your book at home anyways. The pages are listed for you on the doc when you get to the doc. Okay. Extra credit this week. I'm going to host a live quizzes at 2 o'clock. So after my office hours on Thursday, 2 o'clock on my office hours. You guys, and it's going to go through questions about non-contact forces and then the other half of the unit, which is forces. So I'm not necessarily expecting you to do 100% in terms of your accuracy of this quizzes, but you can get extra credit for not only just showing up, but finishing it. And then if you score just above 60%, I'm going to give you some extra credit. I don't know how many points yet, but you can get some extra credit, okay? So if you come and do that, please, when you enter into the room, just like I do on my office hours, please have your mics muted for me. I have no idea how many people will be in there, and I don't want it to get too crazy. I at least want to be able to go through the directions and everyone hear them, and then from there we can make some adjustments on it if we want to talk to each other or not. So that's Thursday, not required, but optional. And then Friday there is no work because it's Good Friday, and we would not have school. We would not have had school this week, so there's nothing there. And remember, everything is due by Monday at 9 a.m. So back here on Google Classroom, notice that I chunked it the same way. I put a post for Monday and Tuesday. So there's the Ed Puzzle. The video for the class notes isn't up yet, but it will be by the time you guys see this. The Ed Puzzle, again, it's just the link to Ed Puzzle, so it's not the actual assignment itself. You go to Ed Puzzle, log in through Google, and then you'll find our class period and you'll find the video. Okay? Make sure you do that before you do the notes, because I'm going to refer to what they did in the Ed Puzzle in the notes, okay? And then Wednesday, Thursday, the two things, there's the Kahoot with a link to play the game. If that doesn't work, or if it still asks you for a pin, the pin is up here in the directions. So make sure you notice that. It's right here. And then here's the link for the reading guide. Like I said, the pages are at the top that you need in your blue textbook. And I haven't scanned the pages here yet, but they'll be in there and attached by the time you see this as well. So that's it for week 2. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If I haven't seen you yet, if you haven't stopped into an office hour, please think about stopping in at some point this week, even if you don't have a question, just so I can see your face and say hi, see how you're doing. I do miss you guys. I miss being at school. I miss being able to do science labs and things like that. But we're all getting through this together. Everyone is good at my house. I hope everybody's good at your house. And we'll just kind of keep going through and plugging away at this, okay? So take care, and let me know if you have any questions.